when schools are judged, in inverted commas, by Ofsted, the emphasis used to be on the quality of the teaching. It's now done in terms of the progress of the students. It's what have they learned and evidence of progress, rather than how effective is the teaching methodology, how effective is the pedagogy. So I think in that landscape, when you put all that together, coaching has a role to play in each of those areas. And the way that I've tried to, if you like, sell it or present it, is that coaching is the glue that holds everything together. Now, as well as the things I've talked about, there are things like tutoring, which I think is one of the key things that any school can do, by providing that opportunity for a one-on-one conversation that helps a pupil to move on. Now, I don't believe you can tutor properly unless you coach. You can tell people what to do, you can have a partial exposition of that by mentoring, but fundamentally, until they have ownership, until they take responsibility, until they become self-sufficient, until they have that independence developing, they're still reliant upon you as an adult, as a guide. The best bit is when they become this sort of self-propelled, independent, self-sufficient person who's able to go out and take on whatever the world throws at them. Ultimately, the greatest gift we can possibly enable them to leave with is an ability to thrive, to flourish in the outside world, whatever that world is. We can't predict what the world's going to be like in 3 years' time, let alone 20, 30, 40 years' time. So there's no way we can ask them to learn by rote the responses to all the situations. It's ridiculous. We need to enable them to develop the skills where they can make good decisions, where they understand themselves, where they've got that inner, it's a knowledge, but there's understanding as well. It's what makes me tick. What are my tendencies when I get under pressure? How do I recognise those? How do I vent? How do I look after myself? All those sort of things. And coaching enables people, because that's different for everybody. You can't sit 20, 30 people in a room and say, this is what you do when you get stressed. People have to learn what it is about their situation, about their personality. And for me, coaching's like nothing else I've seen in 23 years of teaching. It's the most transformational and transformative tool. I'm not saying that there is never a time when somebody needs to pass on some information, to give some advice, maybe to use the benefit of their experience just to inform a conversation. But coaching is in terms of getting people to take ownership and to move forward and to move from being stuck to being unstuck, to change something in their life, to shift a barrier. Coaching's just, it blows everything else out of the water.